Hi, I'm Wade Mortenson. I'm Kathleen Kastner's husband, and she asked me to show you how I make our delicious Friday night traditional guacamole dinner. So guacamole is a pretty simple recipe. You can keep it really simple. Some people add a lot of ingredients to it, makes it a little too complicated, and some of the subtle flavors get lost, right? So if you really need to jazz it up, you can do it with salsa, you can add refried beans, you can add flavored chips, or just good old plain corn tortilla chips. So first step is to have some good ripe avocados. One way to tell if they're ripe at the store is this little stem here where it's attached to the tree. You can pull that stem out and check. If it's still a little hint of green and the avocado feels soft, it's probably ripe and ready to go and not too ripe. If that little hole starts to turn brown, the stuff in it, you're taking a risk. It might still be good, but chances are it might be a little overripe and might have some rotten spots in it. This one's in great shape, so we're going to go ahead and just demo how to cut it. So if you were making a salad, you could run your knife through and make nice little slices like this in order to be able to fan it out on your salad and be able to spread it out. I like to use a big tablespoon to scoop my avocado out, and you can see how that would make a nice fan of slices, right? But we're not really doing that because we're about to mash it anyway, so I'm just going to scoop it all out, drop it in the bowl here with the rest of the avocado that I've already got ready to go to get the pit out. Sometimes they're a little stubborn, but you can chop your knife into it and give it a little twist, and that'll get the pit out, right? It stays attached to the knife, so don't chop too hard, otherwise you have to struggle getting that pit off the knife. Anyway, scoop out your avocado, put it in the pot, in the bowl, rather, and I like to mash it right away, but you know what, first let's add a little bit of lemon juice. So I'm doing a pretty small batch here, so I'm just going to use a teaspoon of lemon juice. That's for about 2 avocados. If you're doing 3 or 4 avocados, you might want to go with a tablespoon. That helps preserve it as well as give it a little bit of a citrus flavor. Add some salt. The salt's also a good preservative. I don't like to oversalt my guacamole because you're going to get a lot of salt on those tortilla chips anyway. So then we use a strong fork, one that's not going to bend, and you're just run through and spin the bowl and get it mashed up.
Can you show us the mashing?
Sure. So not while I'm doing it, but I can show you what it looks like when I get there. So that's my wife behind the camera chiming in. She likes to eat it more than she likes to make it, but I guess it's my job. She makes a lot of other fun and fantastic dishes. This is a really easy one. We're both usually kind of tired by Friday night, and something fast and easy is the way to go. I've literally been doing this almost every Friday night for, 8 years, 9 years. It's been our tradition, so I can honestly say I've made probably 500 batches of guacamole. So that's what it looks like all mashed up, right? Piece of cake. Everybody knows how to mash an avocado. I put in some diced onions if you want to, and it could be that simple. It could be that simple, but if you want to spread it out a little bit or space it out a little bit, and we actually ran out of good avocado. We opened one up and it was nasty, so we're going to stretch it out with a little bit of diced tomato as well. So I'm just going to stir that all in there with the salt, the lemon juice, and the diced tomatoes. Right? Great. And so that's the consistency you're going for. Just mostly, in my opinion, I think guacamole should be mostly avocado and then just the other accent ingredients in there. So we throw a nice big fat dollop on the plate, and we do it right next to some lovely salsa. So a little salsa, that's probably just really a starter portion for me. I go a little deeper. A nice portion of guacamole, and we also do some reheated refried beans on that, and there's our tortilla chips. And again, this is a meal for us, so we actually go a lot bigger than this. At least I do. Kathleen maybe would be satisfied with this portion, but it wouldn't do it for me. So anyway, thanks a lot for joining us. Thanks for watching Kathleen's channel, and I'm going to enjoy my dinner.